Tomorrow is another day.
A star who lived to 104, an icon of elegance and talent, left behind a secret that shocked the world. That was Olivia de Havilland, and before she parted from us, she revealed 5 people she could never forgive. Can you guess who they were? Join me as we uncover this dramatic story, and I promise you won't be able to look away. Olivia de Havilland was a true legend. Born in 1916 in Tokyo to an aristocratic British family, she possessed a refined beauty with expressive eyes, like a radiant spring. In the 1940s Hollywood scene, when the film industry was booming with epic movies and the studio system reigned supreme, Olivia rose as a shining star. She dazzled in Gone with the Wind, The Heiress, and many other classics. But what made her immortal wasn't just her acting. She was the first woman to dare sue the powerful Warner Brothers studio and win, forever changing Hollywood's rules. Yet, behind the glamour, Olivia carried deep scars from 5 people she could never forget. Let me guide you through each story, each secret, and uncover what made her hold on to these memories forever. Now, let me tell you about the first person, Joan Fontaine, Olivia's own sister. You might remember Joan, a glamorous Hollywood star, famous for her role in Alfred Hitchcock's Suspicion. In the 1940s Hollywood landscape, where actresses fiercely competed for roles and attention, Olivia and Joan became reluctant rivals. They grew up in a broken family, with a mother who seemed to favor Olivia. This left Joan feeling overshadowed, as if she was always in her sister's light. Did you know their tension began in childhood? They were sent to different boarding schools, with little chance to bond like typical sisters. When both entered Hollywood, the rivalry intensified. Olivia signed with Warner Brothers, quickly becoming a star in The Adventures of Robin Hood. Joan, meanwhile, landed Rebecca with Hitchcock, a role Olivia had coveted. The competition didn't stop at roles. The breaking point came at the 1942 Oscars. Both were nominated for Best Actress, Joan for Suspicion and Olivia for Hold Back the Dawn. When Joan's name was announced, the room erupted in applause. But that moment wasn't one of family joy. Olivia approached to embrace her in congratulations, but Joan turned away, as if unwilling to share the spotlight. The press at the time called it a silent, murderous smile. That moment etched itself into Olivia's heart, a wound that never healed. After the Oscars, the sisters barely spoke for years. They didn't attend each other's family events, weddings, or graduations. Joan wrote in her memoir, No Bed of Roses, that she felt belittled by her mother and sister, claiming she had to endure Olivia longer than anyone on earth. In a rare 2016 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Olivia admitted their relationship was complicated. When Joan passed away in 2013, Olivia didn't attend the funeral, sending only a brief condolence through a representative. Dear friends, despite the rift, sisterhood remains a profound value. Olivia once said in an interview that she still loved Joan, even if they couldn't reconcile. Family bonds, tested by fame and pride, remained a strong thread in her heart. Do you think sisterhood can overcome such conflicts? For Olivia and Joan, the answer seems to be no. But family love was still an undeniable part of their lives. Let me share more about Joan's artistic contributions. She was a talented actress with a refined technique, focusing on inner emotions. In Suspicion, Joan used anxious eyes and subtle gestures to convey doubt and fear, a style perfect for the noir genre thriving in the 1940s. Olivia, in contrast, shone with natural acting, conveying gentleness yet resilience, as seen in her role as Melanie Hamilton in Gone with the Wind. She used a soft voice and warm eyes to portray a character full of compassion, helping shape the image of strong yet kind women in cinema. Their differing acting styles partly explain their discord, Both raised the standard for female performances, especially in the 1940s Hollywood, when women began taking center stage in psychological dramas. Olivia and Joan's story is a tragedy, where fame and pride divided hearts once bound together. Next, let's talk about Warner Brothers, the studio that shaped but also shackled Olivia's career. In 1940s Hollywood, major studios like Warner Brothers controlled every aspect of an actor's life, roles, schedules, even personal affairs. At 19, Olivia signed with Warner Brothers under the command of mogul Jack Warner. The studio thrust her into the spotlight with sweet roles, like Maid Marian in The Adventures of Robin Hood, but they denied her complex roles that could showcase her talent's depth. When Olivia refused unsuitable parts, Warner Brothers punished her cruelly. They suspended her without pay, extending her contract as a penalty. Can you imagine such injustice? Olivia felt like a commodity, not an artist with passion and dreams. But Olivia didn't yield. In 1943, she did the unthinkable. She sued Warner Brothers, challenging one of Hollywood's giants. Most thought she'd lose, a young actress against a powerful studio, yet Olivia won. The lawsuit lasted 2 years, and by 1945 she gained her freedom. Her victory led to the de Havilland Law, banning studios from holding actors beyond 7 years by manipulating contract terms. This law transformed Hollywood, freeing thousands of actors from exploitative contracts. But victory came at a cost. Hollywood shunned Olivia. Other studios hesitated to hire her, deeming her dangerous. Jack Warner never apologized, and Olivia never forgave. When he died in 1978, she said nothing. No condolences, no tribute. To Olivia, Warner Brothers symbolized control and injustice. Let me add more about Olivia's artistic contributions. Her lawsuit wasn't just a personal triumph, it was a milestone in film history. It gave actors control over their careers, paving the way for labor rights reforms in the industry. Olivia was also a stellar actress, with a technique rooted in authentic emotion. In The Heiress, 1949, she used a soft voice and sharp eyes to depict a transformation from naivety to strength, earning a Best Actress Oscar. In To Each His Own, 1946, she blended facial expressions and body language to portray a sacrificing mother, a role demanding nuance and depth. These performances helped define strong female characters in cinema, especially in the 1940s, when women began demanding equality. This story shows the power of courage, but also reminds us that standing against the system comes with sacrifice. Olivia became an icon of resilience, not just in Hollywood, but in the hearts of film lovers. Now, let me share about Errol Flynn, dubbed the Prince of the Silver Screen. Do you remember romantic adventure films like Captain Blood or The Adventures of Robin Hood? In 1940s Hollywood, when adventure films dominated box offices, Olivia and Errol were a golden couple, captivating audiences worldwide. On screen, they were Robin Hood and Maid Marian, an immortal love story. But behind the cameras, things were far from magical. Errol Flynn was a charming man with an irresistible smile and twinkling eyes, but he lived recklessly, addicted to alcohol, and showed disrespect toward women. Olivia once shared that working with Flynn was a major challenge. He often arrived on set drunk, using crude language that upset her. In a kissing scene for Captain Blood, Flynn kissed her too forcefully, as if punishing her for something. Olivia felt insulted by his behavior. Did you know there were rumors that Flynn pursued Olivia off-screen, but she rejected him because he was married? This seemed to frustrate Flynn further when working with her. In a 2009 interview with The Times, Olivia admitted she was once quite smitten with Flynn, but kept her distance due to her principles. When Flynn died in 1959 at age 50 from heart disease, Hollywood held a grand memorial, but Olivia didn't attend. She sent no condolences and never mentioned his name in later interviews. To her, Errol Flynn was a past she wished to erase. Errol Flynn was a talented actor with a bold, charismatic style, perfect for adventurous hero roles. In The Adventures of Robin Hood, he used swift movements and a deep voice to create a captivating hero. Olivia, with her refined acting, added tenderness and depth to their shared scenes, creating perfect on-screen chemistry. Yet, in real life, their differing personalities and values made harmony impossible. Olivia prepared meticulously, studying roles for authentic performances, while Flynn relied on instinct and natural charm. This story is thought-provoking, isn't it? It shows how Hollywood often hides truths behind its glamour. Do you think Olivia was right to keep her distance from Flynn? I believe she chose to protect her values, even if it meant enduring difficulties on set. Next we'll talk about Bette Davis, a true queen of Hollywood. You may recall Bette's piercing eyes and powerful acting in films like All About Eve in 1940s Hollywood, where actresses competed fiercely for top spots. Olivia and Bette co-starred in Hush, Sweet Charlotte in 1964, a psychological thriller praised for their stellar performances. But behind the scenes, their relationship was rocky. Bette Davis was a brilliant actress, but also known for her commanding, controlling personality. On set, she often altered scripts, directed the director, and ensured cameras focused on her. Olivia felt overshadowed, as if she was merely a shadow beside Bette's radiance. Did you know there's a famous story from the Hush, Sweet Charlotte set? It's said Bette once refused to reshoot a scene because Olivia's performance was too outstanding, making Bette feel upstaged. Though there's no solid proof, this tale spread through Hollywood, highlighting their subtle rivalry. In a 1980 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Olivia said working with Bette was a great challenge. She admired Bette's talent but disliked her controlling ways. When Bette died in 1989, Olivia sent no condolences or attended the memorial. Instead, she remained silent, a silence that spoke volumes about her feelings. Let me share more about Bette's artistic contributions. She was a master of acting, using a sardonic voice and sharp eyes to convey intense emotions. In All About Eve, she combined sharp dialogue and facial expressions to create a character both alluring and fearsome, helping define modern psychological dramas. Olivia, with her subtle and authentic style, learned from Bette, but their differing work approaches kept them apart. Both elevated female acting standards in 1940s Hollywood. When women began leading psychological films, their relationship proves that even the biggest stars can clash when the spotlight only fits one. Finally, let me tell you about David O. Selznick, the genius producer behind Gone with the Wind. Do you remember Melanie Hamilton, the gentle yet resilient character in the 1939 classic? That role earned Olivia an Oscar nomination and immortalized her name. But the man behind it, David O. Selznick, wasn't easy to work with. Selznick was a perfectionist, controlling every detail, costumes, lighting, even actors' expressions. With Olivia, he didn't just direct, he applied psychological pressure to achieve flawless performances. Did you know Selznick once made Olivia read the script in a private room just to see how she'd react under stress? Another time, he delayed her scene for 3 weeks so she'd truly feel Melanie's exhaustion. Olivia said she felt like a lab rat in Selznick's experiment. After filming Gone with the Wind, she was physically and emotionally drained. For months, she battled sadness, though she hid it from the public. When Selznick died in 1965, Olivia offered no public tribute. She only said she was grateful for the opportunity he gave her, but never wanted to relive it. Selznick was a genius whose vision made Gone with the Wind an epic masterpiece, one of the greatest films of 1940s Hollywood. Olivia, with her authentic acting, brought Melanie to life. She used a gentle voice and warm eyes to convey sacrifice and loyalty, a style fitting the era's epic genre. Yet, Selznick's harsh methods left scars on Olivia's soul. This story is profound, isn't it? It shows that art sometimes demands a steep emotional price. Do you think art is worth such pain? For Olivia, Melanie was a triumph, but also a painful memory she didn't wish to revisit. So, we've explored the 5 people Olivia de Havilland never forgave. Joan Fontaine, her rival sister, left a scar on her family heart, but reminded us of sisterhood's value. Warner Brothers, the studio that caged her career, was defeated by her legal fight, paving the way for actors' rights. Errol Flynn, the screen prince but backstage nightmare, was a memory she wanted to erase. Bette Davis, the queen who stole the spotlight, made her feel overshadowed. And David O. Selznick, the genius with brutal methods, left her exhausted. Do you notice something fascinating? Olivia didn't fight with loud accusations or scandals. She outlived them all, watching them fade, and left her legacy. That's the power of an unyielding icon. Dear friends, Hollywood isn't just lights and fame. It's where hearts are hurt, and silent battles unfold behind the stage. Olivia de Havilland lived through it all, and at 104, she remained a captivating mystery. She wasn't just a star, but a strong, resolute, proud woman. Did you love this story? I bet you're thinking about Olivia's films, or perhaps other Hollywood tales you'd like to hear. Share your thoughts in the comments. Who's next? Another Golden Era star or another Hollywood secret? Don't forget to hit follow so you don't miss upcoming videos. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next story.